Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/maliciouscompliance, where people conform to the letter but not the spirit of a request. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy some malicious compliance. You want me to include our boss in all work-related communications with you? This one happened not so long ago, so I've changed a few identifying details. I work in a health clinic where I'm a practitioner and the office manager. We're a small clinic and generally pretty close-knit. It's my job to organise all kinds of things, including any social events for our staff. It was coming up to Christmas and we'd done the usual staff party, but because we'd had a particularly busy year and worked hard, I decided it would be nice to organise a night away with a dinner and a show. How wrong I was. Enter our cast. Me, BL, boss lady, and DS, drunk staff. There were more people of course, but these are the key people you need to know. I want everyone to relax and have a good time, so I nominate myself as the designated driver and pick up a few people on our way to the hotel. The evening starts well with a few casual drinks and nibbles at the hotel before we head out for a night of entertainment. So far, everyone is behaving well and generally having a good time. We're in good spirits and treated well as we're escorted to a VIP area to mingle with other guests until the show is ready. We meet a few people we don't know and get on well with them, so I ordered them a couple of drinks with our next round. Next round, they offered to return the favour, and just before I can say thanks, the drunk staff says, "Let him, he can afford it, he's rich." The boss lady and I were pretty taken aback by this comment, but decided not to draw too much attention to what was said. They buy the drinks, and drunk staff grabs one before anyone else, and then swipes two more before everyone else had been given theirs. Boss lady and I chose to forfeit our drinks because of this, which didn't bother me too much as I was driving later anyway. I had a quiet word with the drunk staff and cautioned her to slow down and pace herself, as we had a long night ahead. Eventually, we were shown through to the restaurant and seated ready for the show. Drunk staff continues to order drinks and for the most part seems to be holding up okay. Boss lady wanders off to the bathroom before the show and our first course is served while she's up. Everyone starts except for me, as I wait for my special order. As I wait, I smell something weird that I thought might have been some kind of strong blue cheese or similar in it. I'm sniffing around, trying to find the source as boss lady comes back to our table. It's at this point we notice that the drunk staff has vomited all over our table, herself, and her neighbour's plates. Yikes! I go into damage control and try to clean up things as quickly and unobtrusively as possible, while boss lady takes drunk staff to the bathroom to get cleaned up. Unfortunately, I wasn't quick enough and the venue staff asked our entire party to leave. We get it, we're guilty by association, so nobody argues. Except for drunk staff. She argues to the point of having security called to escort us out, dropping her belongings as she goes. She's a mess and I pick up her purse and try to encourage her to walk out with us. Big mistake. After a few choice words and accusing me of stealing her purse, drunk staff takes a swing at me and clocks me fair in the jaw. She's a big girl and has a bit of power in that arm of hers. I'm stunned for a moment and then walk off, leaving security to handle her. She's out of control and starts yelling, "Come back and I'll hit you again." Yeah, pretty classy. Anyway, she was so unruly that security called the police and she wasn't allowed to leave until they'd taken her statement. As it wasn't considered an emergency, we were advised that it could be a few hours until they arrived, but that I could leave if I was happy to leave details. So, I did. It was obvious to me that my very presence was aggravating to her, so I saw no point in staying. A few staff came with me, while others went off and did their own thing. Eventually, I get a call from the police who ask me if I wanted to press charges. I let them know that I didn't, but I wanted her spoken to and for there to be a record of what had happened. They were cool with that and then told me that she was saying she is quitting her job. I asked them to let her know that I accepted her resignation, effective immediately, and that I would email her regarding pay and collection of personal effects. I wanted a paper trail. Boss lady and I were pretty upset over everything that had happened and ended up taking a long walk on the beach to talk things over. We decided that we would show drunk staff some grace and allow her to keep her job if she apologised, under the understanding that she was now under probation, which is exactly what ended up happening. So I drew up the appropriate paperwork, official warning, probation, etc., which the three of us signed. Boss lady and I thought that would be it, and that we could all move on and work professionally with us. Until the next evening. Drunk staff had taken home her work phone, which was against company policy. It had been requested several times prior that she leave it at the office each evening, but she seemed to think that she could get away with ignoring a direct instruction. Boss lady has implemented this rule long before I started at the company, and it was my job to ensure things like this were carried out. Boss lady was aware that drunk staff was taking the phone home and had asked me to sort it out. This led to me verbally reminding drunk staff to leave her phone at the end of the day. However, just after she left for the day, 5 PM on the clock, watching Dot, I noticed that she had taken the phone home again. I sent her a text at 5:04 PM that said something along the lines of, "Hey DS, just a reminder to please leave your phone at the office at the end of each day. Thanks." Well, she flipped because I was messaging her late at night. She was literally still in the car park and harassing her. I let boss lady know what had happened and sent her a screenshot. While I was doing this, drunk staff had created a group chat between the three of us, asking me to keep all work-related communication with her in the thread. No problem. So, the next day when she was 15 minutes late, I sent her a message in the group chat asking if she was okay and still coming in. When she was chasing Pokemon during work hours, I addressed this with her in the group chat. Extra time for lunch break? Group chat. Rude to patients? Group chat. Asking her to return the item she had borrowed without permission? Group chat. Following up on the piles of work she hadn't done because she was spending hours each day on her personal phone? Group chat. Bad attitude when dealing with staff and clients alike? Group chat. And inappropriate clothing to work? Group chat. Needless to say, that probation period wasn't seen to its completion. She tried suing us for wrongful dismissal, but it was dropped pretty quickly when assault of a colleague and insubordination was brought up. For one, I'm really confused why she actually didn't press charges. I would have just pressed charges straight away. And two, they even gave her a job back, so she should have been grateful right then and there. Kicked out of a house I didn't want to watch anyways. This happened probably 6 months ago. My dad and his buddy buy and sell houses after fixing them up. They tend to buy in an area of a town that is not known for being that safe or crime free. So, while they fix it up, they want me to stay there at night to watch it. It's about another 15-minute commute from my work, and I only bring a sleeping bag and a sleeping pad, toothbrush, etc. Only the essentials. So, I'm kind of doing them a favour by watching the house. Anyways, I demand my dog stays there with me as I don't own a firearm and dogs are pretty good at keeping people out. 70-pound pit bull. They say it's fine, and for a week or two, I stay the night there and I bring my dog to and from my house so he stays at my house during the day and watches the house with me at night. At the time of the incident, the house was basically gutted, subfloor, etc. Well, one night I didn't get home until late and I woke my dog up, put him in the car and got to the flipper, went inside and fell asleep. The next morning, I left for work, 5 AM, brought the dog with me and was on my way. I don't remember who called or texted first, but both my dad and his friend were very mad and made it clear over text. My dog had peed and pooped in the house. If you remember, he was sleeping when I picked him up, so I figure he never had time to go outside. He's 3 and potty trained. Anyways, they were letting me have it, taking pictures saying, "Are you serious?" and things of that nature, basically acting like I let the dog willingly go. I was very apologetic at first, but it seemed like they were more interested in berating me and my dog than getting an apology. So then I was a little irritated and reminded them that I was doing them a favour by staying there, and the house was subfloor anyways, so who cares? They didn't like that. About an hour later, my dad calls and says I won't be needing to stay and watch the house anymore. I said great and left it at that. 2 days later, the house was robbed and about $5,000 of tools were missing. I told them a little pee and poo doesn't seem so bad now, does it? Needless to say, they did not appreciate my humour and it was a sore subject for a while, but I bring it up semi-regularly now. That's like a really important rule. If someone's doing you a favour, you shouldn't get like so wound up over petty things like that, like come on. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching and I will see you very soon.